Hello, welcome snow enthusiasts to the 2015 Jeep Slopestyle course here in Aspen, Colorado. We've been waiting a full year for this men's snowboard slopestyle final here on day 4 at Buttermilk Mountain. The 2015's X Games, I'm your host, Pat Scanlon. Here we come to the most anticipated riders that we can ever see in the history of snowboarding as of now. Mark McMorris. He's the number 1 rider to qualify for this final, and where he's put in the 8th spot for today's race. See, he's on day 4 today, 2 gold medals, and 3 silver in all 6 appearances here at the X Games. He has had an amazing ride as of now, performing amazingly and actually outdoing his entire competition. What really made him get into this spot? Look at that. His backside triple cork 1440, one of the big reasons why he's here. So let's get him into the top spot and let's see, because we have a lot of enthusiastic riders. But who knows? Possibly Torstein Horgmo, Norwegian rider with 8 different appearances, not even 1 placed medal. He's been here since 2011, and he's landed the first triple cork to ever see in the entire game and in the entire sport of snowboarding. So here we go. We're here ready to go with our first rider in here. Nick Barden. He races and he replaces Petu Penorden with a back injury, unfortunately. So he was just able to clinch that spot, get in really quick, and is actually his first debut in his rookie debut for the finals. Amazingly enough, Nick is actually only 17 years old. And so for a 17-year-old rider to accomplish such amazing feats and race with some of the greats and perform on the top stage level with racers such as Mark McMorris and Torstein Horgmo, Ståle Sandbæk, and Sage Kotzenberg, you can only admit that he's doing wonderful things. So look at Nick as he gets ready to drop in for his first set. See, he's a regular rider, doesn't ride goofy, which means he has his left foot in front. So now, here we go as he drops in for the first run. Here we go, coming up to the rail garden. Oh, does a cab 180 on a front 270 out off on the wall feature. It's a blind spot because of the sun. Coming into the second, he has a front 270 board slide. Here we go, pulling up on the rail garden. A nice nose grab to lip slide out. Coming up on the first kicker now. Oh, big air. Oh, just slipped the Nicky. He had a nose grab to lip slide. Talk about his high pressure. He had a front side 360 on the 5th jump and all the way up into the money booter. Here we go. Let's see it. All right, a little simpler for the little Nick right over there. Remember, it's only the first run. He had a backside 180 on the final kicker, throwing away the run for Nick right there. So all these riders, they have different runs. They have three complete runs for the entire set, and there's 8 riders for this. So, they're trying to set out see how the snow is, see how the speed, see how all the hits and the kickers run, just in case, because, that entirely places emphasis on how well you're going to ride this entire time. So now we're just waiting in for the score, and Baden actually has a score of a 32.33. He just threw away his first run just to get right where the comfort zone for him to start. So now, with our second rider, we have Evil Ulstein, the second X Games appearance for the young fellow. Now, he's a regular rider footer, which means he rides with his left foot, and just as well as Nick, this is his first finals appearance. Norwegian rider, 3 of them, and only in slopestyle. And here we go as he drops in. All right, nice backside 360 to board slide as he comes up to the second kicker here. Oh my God, what an amazing frontside 270 out. Here we go to the rail garden now. Popping up. Ooh, nice over blunt with a nice rail garden, frontside, lip side 270 out. Now, he's actually a spectacular rider. See, as you just saw with the switch backside 1080, double cork, switch to nose, up to the 5th kicker with a cab 1260 with a sketchy landing at the end. Unfortunately, missing the money booter as his helmet falls off in his 5th run right there. See, that's probably one of the hardest tricks you can ever land. Like a cab 1260, as you're going switch, makes you, rethink about every single opportunity you get out there as you're riding. You see, he's hitting that money booter on the 5th kicker, and you see his helmet just falls off right there. Unbelievable balance, and unbelievable attempt that is actually able to stick with the entire landing, let alone do these flips and aerials up in the air doing speeds of 30 to 45 miles an hour and having your helmet kick off. That's unreal riding right there by the young fellow. Unfortunately, since he missed that money booter, there's might be a little slight chance that he's not going to qualify for the later rounds that we have to see. But remember, It's only the first round, and they're all trying to just stick out the landing, see how the snow is, see the speed, the sun distance, and all the 9 yards. So tonight we have the round of 16 featuring Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic, and Venus Williams for the round of 16 in the Australian Open for tennis. Now talk about like the sun and the weather. See, it's a beautiful day to go snowboarding, obviously. You don't ever want to have any bad snow, bad rain, sleet, or like anything bad really. But no one really notices that the sun plays a huge factor in everything. If the sun is beating down on that snow way too hard, there you go. The snow is going to turn to slush. It's going to be hard. It's going to be slow. And the riders aren't going to get the full effect of their speed that they need to get over these huge hurdles and huge jumps. So, and plus, they need to wear their goggles too because, that sun is blaring down on you. And if you're coming into a kicker and you're just looking up in the sky as you're doing your flips, all you're going to see is it's going to be hard to distinguish between the white clouds and the white blue sky compared to the ground. So now we have Sven Thorgen, dropping in from Switzerland. He has a front side 270 in, and then for the second rail, he has a front side 180, lip side 270 out. Back into the rail garden now. He's coming with a flat, come into a rail guard, and he has a 360 pop shove it. Oh, and the third kicker, huge air with a cab 1260 roast beef tail grab switch up into the front side 1080 double cork with a backside 1440 on the money booter for 4 full rotations. Landing him most definitely has to be the first spot. Those trails, those kickers, and that overall skill has him being one of the top contenders that we can see in the entire finale today. Unbelievable, unreal type of activity by this young fellow. Sven Thorsen is just an incredible overall athlete. Look at this. We have one more time with the 5 kicker. He had the cab 1260 roast beef tail grab coming into the second one with the front side 1080 double cork. And get your balance and get your whipping your body all the way around with all those rotations, at least 3 of them, actually is a huge feat in itself. And then he's coming up and approaching, comes up to the 6th money kicker where they make the big bucks, where they makes the whole crowd go wild. Comes in with a backside 1440. Unreal. He's a Swedish Olympian. He's an X Games final debut, his first one as well. He made 4th place in the Olympics, and his overall score with a 92, landing him in first place, setting the bar, setting the tone for this entire rest of the series. Now, that's some unreal athleticism, if you do say so myself. These guys are flipping, running around, upside down, backwards anyway, and they're achieving outstanding feats. Now, on to the next rider. We have Sage Kotchenberg, 2014 Sochi Olympian. Unreal athlete. He's a men's slopestyle gold medal in 2004 in Sochi, and he's also fun to watch. He's so unique, so creative in what he does. He's one of the most progressive riders to watch out in the game, and he's honestly rewarded heavily with all the tricks and all the creativity he does. So super spontaneous as he drops in. Let's see what he does with the first ride. Here we go, Sage. Onto the money booter, right onto the butter. He has that first front 180 hand drag to roll to wall ride. Thanks, he's making incredible strides. On the second west wall, he has a hand plant inward backflip passing onto the second rail. Damn, that's a lot to see. Onto the rail guard, he has a 270 lip slide out. Onto the kicker. With the front side 1080 off the toes, grabbing nose to tail. Unreal. 5th kicker. Backside 1260 off heels. Oh my goodness, that's never been seen before. Onto the money booter. Cab 12 Japan grab. There's the Stali Sambek we want to see. With the flair, the unreal attitude, with the most creative, distinguished type of riding skills you can ever see by one of the earliest guys you can ever get out there. Unreal by Sage. He's so creative and just so elaborate with what he does. We had that live GoPro follow feed that you never see by riders before. Take a look at this again, like one more time. Look as he approaches with that front side 1080. You don't ever see that kind of stuff. He has that backside 1260 off the heels that you've never seen before. Watch this. Here we go. Right there, he just landed on the toe side and lands that sweetly and swiftly. What a nice lucid grab right there. He lands it right on his toes and comes right skimming right out. You don't see that by a lot of riders anymore. Unreal. Like, amazing. Look at this. One more time. He does that backside 1260 off the heels, lands perfectly right in the sweet spot, right in the middle of his board. Wow, unreal. And as the scores come in, he comes in with an 83.33, landing him in second place, setting the bar, setting the stage, putting the tone out there for the rest of the riders to see and to elaborate to what their ideas can come up next with whatever riding they want to do. So there's our fellow Mark McMorris, who we're waiting oh so dearly to see in his 8th ride for the finals in the 2015 X Games. So let's just take it over to our first commercial break. Sit right there. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Welcome back, snow enthusiasts. Take a look at our leaderboards right now with the 4 riders, with Sven Thordsen in first place with a 92 and Sage Kotchenberg in second place with an 83.33. Now, these riders are doing miraculous things. Like, unreal. Like, we have the most talented riders ranging from 17 years old all the way up to, like, 27, and they don't even stop yet. And we had Sage Kotchenberg giving us the overall opportunity and actually gracing us with his ability to show us his course outlook of what we're about to see and what we're talking about today. Take it over, Sage.
What's up, everyone? I'm Sage Kotchenberg. We're here at X Games Slopestyle course, and we're about to go through the course for a little course preview. Let's do this, baby.
I'm glad that Sage is doing this because I don't know of any other rider in this field that takes a more creative look at this course.
The way he carves around that second rail feature, or the west wall as we call it, doing a little bit of a hand plant. Struggled with that in his first run. A little gap to front board on the rail garden. I like the beat here. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm dancing.
Yeah, I can see it, unfortunately. But Sage is giving us a nice look at this course, and as we said off the top, a unique one with only 3 hits, as Sage is giving us a look at each of these 3 jumps.
3 jumps means more landed runs. A little bit more excitement, maybe.
So here is Sage giving us a live action view of the money booter, and that's traditionally where the cash and the gold medals are made. So a big thanks.
That's the course. Hope you guys liked it. See you on the slopes. Peace.
Hey, there we go. Thanks. A big thank you to Sage Kotchenberg right there. And taking a look at that nice warm weather we got, we now have Sebastian Toutant, a Canadian-style rider, riding goofy, riding with his right foot forward, is an absolute savage as he drops in for his first run. Now coming up to the first rail, we had a cab 270 out, coming up to the second set of rails, with a switch frontside 270 off with a front blunt 270. As we come up to the third rail garden now, we have a big backside 270 now. Up to the first kicker, we have that front side 1080 double cork with 3 full rotations and 2 flips. Unreal attitude. Look at this now. A double rodeo backside 1080 with 2 flips, 3 rotations with a switch grab. Unfortunately, crashing at the very bottom, he could not hold on as he just slipped under, missing the money booter, as it's going to take a huge impact on his final and first run where he wanted to be. Now, the big risk that he had to take was on that 5th money shot right there. Look at that with that double rodeo backside 1080 on that replay. He just skims out on the bottom of it and slips out on his heel side, making him not able to have a nice, easy transition for the nice money booter in the 6th jump. Unfortunately, we can only have him with a 33.33 as he comes into 4th place on that first run that he had. Now, one of the most respected riders out in the game as of now, Torstein Horgmo, a Norwegian rider riding regular, gives it only 110%. Unfortunately, he has 8 appearances, but yet 0 finale starts. He's a very creative rider, and as we come into the first one, here we go. With that switchback 360 into a cab 180 on the wall ride, it was one of the most difficult rides you can ever do. With a nice 5-0 rail slide, back 3 out, with the first one to hit that rail today. Oh, we got that third rail garden. Back 270 in, 270 out with the first upcoming kicker right now. With a mag, oh my goodness. Switch front side, double cork, 1080, melon grab. Oh my God. Fifth rail, switch backside, 1260. Oh, geez, that's unreal with a nice, easy transition into the money booter. Here we go. Front side, 1080, double cork, just a little too inverted. Oh, God. Just slipped out of the very bottom, had a shaky fall. But it seems like a lot of the riders today are having big troubles as they come up into that sixth transition on that money booter. See, look at him on this first rail. We hit that nice big box of butter on the top, switching it into the nice wall ride, 1080 out. Look at him go now. He's easy transition into the third money booter with a nice shot. Boom. Look at that. Look at that style grab on the tail grab. Easy. And just slips out on the very bottom, just losing his grip, trying to go switch and rides off. Nice and little shaky, but remember, it still is only first run as he has two more for the rest of the series. Torstein Horgmo just sitting waiting for his overall score. With his first run, he has a nice 44.66, landing him in third place. Now, Torstein Horgmo, he had in 2011 the first ever landed triple cork, marking him one of the greatest riders you can ever see. Due up next, a decorated and talented rider, Ståle Sandbæk, as John Berkus shows us his sports science.
Sandbæk approaches the money booter at nearly 30 miles per hour. And to generate initial spin, Sandbæk launches at a 40-degree angle. This allows him to hit a peak rotational velocity of about 620 degrees per second. That's 15% faster than the angular speed of a typical LeBron James spin move. And even more impressive than Sandbæk's flight was his landing. Coming off his 2.3-second flight, he hits the ground with an impact of more than half a ton of force. That's more than taking a punch from a super heavyweight Olympic boxer. Ståle Sandbæk's triple cork flight clears about 80 feet. That means he travels more than the distance between an NBA hoop and the three-point line every flip. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Berkus.
And there he is. Thanks, John. Ståle Sandbæk. He is a double bronze in big air and slopestyle back in 2013. You know, Ståle, he's been around the X Games for a long, long time now. He's been around at least 6, 7, 8 different appearances dating back to 2010, 2011. And, you know, as he sits and gets ready to go in, just must think what's going through his head as he comes out for his first run. Now taking a look at the course as he drops in for his first run. Here comes Ståle. Here he comes, approaches the first kicker. Oh, we got a back 180 and off into the down bar. Up into the other gardens. Oh, we got a switch lip 270 out and onto the rail garden. Here we go. With a huge air with an overlip 270 as he approaches the first kicker. Well, he's up. Oh, switch cab 1260. What a great landing by Ståle right there. Up on the fourth one. The front side 1440. Huge spin right there by Ståle. Here we go. Backside triple cork 1440 indie grab. Ståle grabbing it with that Ståle style that we always see. What a finishing touch with that grab. My God, this man is on a mission to achieve greatness. No one can ever compare to what Ståle has ever done. He's a 2-time medal champion now, and he's also as well as an Olympian. Look at this right now, one more time. That backside triple cork 1440, unreal. As we come into the money booter, here we go. That was his front 1440 right there with a 4 overall spin. Coming into that money booter, look at that backside triple cork. Look at him, that rotation. See, when you're going into that flip and you're looking at the sky, you're looking at the ground, look at that. He's looking straight down and trying to eye out where he has to land. Because if not, he doesn't know where he's going to land. You're in a world for terror and a world of hurt. And look at that as he lands on the heels and rides out slow. And so as we wait for his overall score for his first run. And here we go, 95. Ståle just crushed the competition right there. Overall taking 95, taking first place, marking him as for run number 1. Setting him in great position. Now, The moment we've been waiting for. Mark McMorris, regular-footed rider. It's his 6th appearance in this X Games. He has gone on to achieve 2 medals. Now he's looking for his 3rd gold and his 2nd gold at his big air competition. Now some of his highlights we have to elaborate on is because he won big air with the backside 1440 as you just saw right there. Then with the frontside triple cork 1440 that was never done before in big air until he achieved that. Now his backside triple cork 1620 is what ultimately captivated and reinvented the style of snowboarding altogether. Now, Mark, if I were you, I would have your head in a mission, running for gold, and digging in deep because you know, as a young rider like him, being 21 years old, he and his sport of snowboarding will change and ultimately captivize the entire way this entire industry sees and elaborates on how riders manipulate and how they focus in on what they need to get done. It's so much determination, and as Mark gets ready for his first run, here he goes to drop in as we cannot wait and anticipate to see what he's going to throw at us. We're so off the edge of our toes, off the edge of our seat. Here we go, dropping in Mark McMorris. Approaching on the first rail with that nice switch backside cab 270. Here we go on the second kicker now. Oh, we got that overlip backside 270. Not really seen before. I like the style like Mark McMorris throws. Now we're into the rail garden right there. We got that big hit through the rail garden with an outside 270 overlip out as we approach this other kicker. Now with a switch backside 1260, he's gaining speed and he's ready. He's right on his front toes. Huge kicker with a frontside double cork 1080 with 2 flips and 3 forward rotations. Here's the money booter. Upside, backside, triple cork 1440. Losing a little footing at the very end, but is very, very clean as he comes in and captivizes on his huge, huge money booter kicker. See, I think, he landed a little sketchy on that. It wasn't really the big Mark McMorris that we usually see, but look at this. He has 2 full flips and 3 full rotations before he lands a little sketchily on his backside with a hand drag in the snow. See, that's going to lose him a couple points right there, but again, it's only his first run. So if we're seeing this on his first run, what are we going to expect on his third run? As he really wants to capitalize on his overall skills and attributes of what he brings to the sport. We all see that Mark McMorris tries so desperately hard, and with that, he lands himself in 4th place with a 51.00 overall score. Now, that could increase, or that could actually hurt him again later in the 2 rounds. So, as he walks off and as he goes into glory, we just got to wait and see until what we see in round 2. I'm Pat Scanlon. Thanks for stopping by at X Games 2015.